We're on. Hey Sam.
Hey Barlow, how are you?
I'm alright. How's it going?
I'm alright, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
We haven't been sitting here for half an hour.
It's not like we've just been sat here, shooting those, doing those. We've always found that weird.
Like we haven't had 10 cups of coffee with you. Hi Barlow.
We've always found that weird, man. I always start an interview with hey, look, how's it going? I'm from Nikolai point out. Just done this bit. I was like,
Yep, done this.
Camera's not. No.
Camera doesn't know.
Anyway, so you're in Manchester. You're playing with Lucero tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Lucero, depending on how you want to say it.
I like to say Lucero.
Yeah.
Personally.
Maybe we can confirm it with Ben Nichols later when you're hanging out.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So Lucero tonight. Are you doing any other Lucero shows? Is this just a one-off?
I'm doing Edinburgh tomorrow. Trying to do the London shows. Tim, the promoter of the Windmill, has got quite a lot of people lined up to play that one. So still talking to him, trying to figure out what's going on, but hopefully going to talk to the guys tonight and see if I'm
So you played with Lucero earlier in the year as well, you know?
Yeah.
Ben, a bit of rapport.
Played with Ben and Rick, and then I played with them here in Manchester in 2008 at Satan's. And that's pretty amazing. And then they haven't really been back since as a full band, so it's going to be pretty cool to do it again. But when I was in Memphis, went to a show, went to see Larry and his Flask with Claire. And it was Brian, John, and Roy were all there. Just hanging out with them, getting drunk in Memphis like a couple of weeks ago. And I said, when you're in the UK, I'll open up for you. And they were like, that's awesome, fucking amazing, man. They were completely hammered. They blatantly have no memory whatsoever of talking about it. Yeah, it should be cool to hang out with those guys again. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun.
So you're saying in America, you're doing the Route 66 thing, right?
We did a piece of Route 66 because we flew to LA. I told you this already. Sorry. Flew to LA and then drove. We did California, then we did like a bit of Nevada, then we did Arizona, New Mexico. Let me get my geography right. Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and then down through we did Tennessee, start to finish, down through Alabama and Georgia and Atlanta, and then all the way down to Fest. And then we did Fest all the way up the East Coast to Boston where we flew back. So we covered some ground, 4,500 miles we drove for 3.5 weeks.
Sounds
pretty cool.
Culminated you playing the Fest.
Yes. That's pretty special.
Saw some photos and tweet updates from Ruckus photographers being like,
it was weird. Like, Fest for me, I don't say I'm going to regret it. It was fun. It was really fun. But I don't know, it's really intense. It's thousands of drunk punks the whole time, and I find that a bit hard to deal with the rest of the time. But I got in the swing of it. I drank some PBR in LA, hung out. But
you got your hipster on.
PBR. I was really only there to see Tim Barrow earlier, and that was mind blowing. I saw some really good bands though. I saw Arms Aloft were really good. Laura Stevenson was pretty amazing. Bottom Music was pretty good. But Fest was weird for me. I quite like to go back to the hotel and go to sleep after a show and share a room with Doug, Heaton, and Luke. No chance. It was insane. But the show I played was wicked because I thought I'm on at 1:30 at CMC. It's going to be a few people that stayed sober the night before that are going to show up. It's going to be 10 people. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. But it was packed, absolutely packed, fun packed. Got to meet Toby for the first time and all that stuff.
Guitar at all?
Yeah, I didn't have a guitar at all. But every night I'd bump into someone and be like, oh, I've borrowed a guitar tomorrow. And it was Tim from Elway most of the time. And he was like, you can borrow anything, man. I'm giving you my guitar. It's yours, man. I'm you and you are a guitar. See you tomorrow. And then the next day he'd have no memory of it whatsoever and show up completely empty-handed. So I had no guitar. And we got driven there by this gospel singer cab driver who'd been a gospel singer for years, 35 years. And he was telling us about how he could get us a guitar and this one he was wait an hour or whatever. So I was actually seriously considering letting this gospel singer cab driver go get me his guitar. And then luckily Mark McCabe showed up with one, so I borrowed his. But that's me, show up for a show without a guitar. Hope for the best. I was going to do a cappella, that was my last resort. Like,
you're just going to do an a cappella set?
Because I've got like a backup a cappella set of Irish drinking songs, basically.
Amazing.
Like, I just sing the old triangle 10 times. It's a bit early in the day for that. But.
Yeah. So that coincided with the release of Storm. Did you play any of the new songs when you played?
I played the whole album, I think. Maybe a couple of old ones. Seem to go down alright. Like, I'm struggling a little bit. I don't know, people just, it's quite a lot of the songs are quite slow.
Yeah.
And quite intense, I guess, a bit demanding from the audience, because, you know, it's not a revelry album. It's kind of, there's a lot of heartbreak on there, there's a lot of living on there, and everyone's at fest, you know, they're up for a party and it's early in the day, they're all getting on it, but I just tried to play like a really quiet one first to get people into it and get people into the vibe, and then try and build it up from there. I think it worked. I think people liked it. But on the whole, you know, the kind of shows I'm playing at the moment, a lot of people want the faster, happier, you know, bigger sounding stuff. I don't really have a lot of that at the moment. Mostly, you know, a few people heard it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are liking that song. Actually, I was surprised because I didn't know what to do with it. I wrote it and I thought, this song's ridiculous. Like, what is it? It's so weird. Like, and I was listening to a lot of Rolling Stones when I wrote that. I was listening to like Exile on Main Street and stuff. And I think people. It's just a nice break from all the miserable shit, basically. Oh, can I swear? No, that's right. Yeah. See where it is. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with what people are saying about that song, because it is different for me, and I did really enjoy writing it, and it has got a bit of a sense of humour to it, so I'm glad people like it.
You said you've not got the revelry and all that, but that is in your past. People dig a little bit deeper, are those songs ever going to come back?
What, we're talking like way back to Rocksteady Pickpocket and stuff? Yeah, I never completely write a song off. Like, I play those songs for myself all the time. Like, I'll sit there and play, you know, I don't know, like Father Hope from Darkened Doors, I still bust that out every now and then. Dirty 13 I reworked for a compilation this time last year. What's the one about the hookers on the bus? I can't remember. Anyway, I've reworked loads of them, but there never seems to be a right time for it. Like, the time for those songs is kind of past for me. I don't really, it is kind of history, but you know, never say no. Like, I'll definitely bring some back. Nowhere with Someone, I've done a slow version of that. But I just like to keep progressing. I like to write new stuff, and I like to live in that moment and keep it going like that, because then it's fresh and you're not just like, you know, because when you see a band that gets up on stage and they play a song that's 8 years old, you can tell they're not into it most of the time. I don't really want to be that guy. I'd rather give people
So yeah, you said, it's a sort of a moment in time kind of thing. Is that what, to me, that's what Storm sounds like. It all sounds pretty cohesive, one moment, sort of one period of life.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. But then the depressing thing is that album was written over like a 5-year period, so that's pretty bleak. But it's all about...
Pretty bleak 5 years?
Yeah. Well, it's all about one thing, isn't it? It's all about trying to start again. It's like losing everything. How do you start again? Like, and all the things that stop you progressing as a person, trying to overcome that. Just loss. There's a lot of living on that record. I like to think it's like kind of distilled 5 years of my life, like distilled into 10 tracks. And all the attitudes and emotions and feelings and all that, tied in. But yeah, I've had so much different feedback from it. People saying it's full of hope, people saying it's complete despair. Like, I think there's no point writing something that doesn't have a glimmer of hope in it. That's not a story, that's just moaning. So I like to think that it's full of hope for the future.
What were your thoughts on re-recording your most well-known songs?
I was pretty apprehensive because, I just recorded those on like a little tape 4-track the first time round, and that kind of did the job. I recorded it in the office, like Factory Rain, something like that. Recorded in the office at the factory I was working in at the time on an early shift when there was no one there. And I thought, yeah, that does it, that captures it, that's fine. But then I love like reworking stuff and adding lead parts, because it totally refreshes it for me. Like, a lot of people say they think it's a bit unnecessary, they don't really like it, but for me it makes it sound like a new song. Yeah, so I did a lot of that. Tin Peaches was a tricky one because I kind of like it acoustic. I don't really want to mess with it that much, and me and Jules, the guy who produced the album, struggled with that one out of all of the songs. I like to think they've grown because they change meaning over the years. Like a song like Thatcher Rain, the lyrics are quite sparse and punchy, but they do sum up the feeling of working that kind of job. Because I'm doing that now and pretty much always have, it still means something to me. Reworking them was really fun, but kind of a delicate process. You don't want to overdo it, you don't want to underdo it. The whole album was like finding that balance between overblowing it so that when people see you live they think, well, this is nothing like the record, and then underplaying it to the point where they think this is just a guy with an acoustic guitar. So I like to think that we found that balance really well, and to be honest, full credit to Jules for doing that. He's totally responsible for that side of things. I think, I had a lot of fun reworking the old ones. We both had a lot of fun doing it. We worked on arrangements together and stuff, so it was really collaborative, which is great because I don't get to collaborate with anyone. I just drive around on my own all the time, play a show and leave. So it was cool getting to work with someone on that.
So, pretty good year, sort of to sum up, starting out with Lucero, Corey Brannan, John Snodgrass, Dan Adriano, Brendan Kelly, the Renska thing. How did the Renska thing, like, was the Renska thing, like, sort of Brendan's,
that guy. To be honest, like, it's been the best year musically, and like, a really challenging year on every other level. It's been rough. But, I mean, the Red Scare thing was just blind, dumb, ridiculous luck. Josh McKenzie from Apologies texted me and said, Dan and Brendan are coming over, you should try and get the support. And I said, no chance, you're kidding me, no way, just won't happen. And he was like, no, here's the booking agent's number, give him a ring. So I rang him up and he said, yeah, we'll have you on 3 shows or whatever. Played those shows, got to know Dan and Brendan a bit better, and they said, just play the rest of the tour, we like your stuff, so go for it. So that was cool, like, rang work, booked them out, did the rest of the tour. They're just the best guys, like, just became such good friends with them straight away, Brendan especially, it was incredible. And then he was like,
dude, I'm kind of an A&R guy, it's no big deal, we're going to sign you to Red Scare.
And I was like, yeah, alright, that's very funny, carry on, blah blah blah. And then a couple of days later he just rang me from the States and said, Toby wants to talk to you about signing to Red Scare. Toby did ring me and I was like around the corner at that bus station and he was out of his mind drunk, like so drunk. He was telling me that like, we're gonna make you the next Celine Dion, man. Like it was him and Dave Hall's like conference calling me from the toilets. It was on the pub, and that basically ended with, yeah, we're gonna put your record out. So that was great, really. But again, it's just blind luck. Like, there's a lot of people who deserve to do that tour more than me, I'm sure, and a lot of people better than me that could be putting a record out with Scare. But, they were drunk enough to take a chance, so it paid off for me.
And I don't know if this has been fully sort of confirmed. I got to Phil Morgan
Right.
about the Survival Tour.
Yeah.
This is you and her and Giles and Kelly and Rue.
The Darlington.
And Helen Chambers.
Yeah.
Which...
Basically, yeah, I was going to book like a release tour in January, and I said to Elle, do you want to play it? Because Elle's like my favourite. She's incredible. I wanted to do it with Elle, and she said, yeah, leave it with me, I'll book a few shows because you're working loads at the moment, I'll handle it. And I checked my email and there's like 50 emails from Elle and all these guys, and she just put it together like that. It's like all of us hitting the road at the end of January, so it should be pretty good.
Pretty good. Now speaking about Dave Hall, this is the final question. We were speaking to Dave when he was supporting the gas out.
Alright, cool.
And after the interview, we talked about Storm. And he was saying how, Toby'd spoken to him and was like, there's Sam Russo.
Yeah.
And now he reckons, and I don't know what you reckon to this, but he reckons you've got everything you've got the full package to be the next sort of Frank Taylor level acoustic performer in the UK.
Dave Hall said that.
Dave Hall said that.
How drunk was he?
Not very.
Not very.
No, this is the important.
This was
By whose standard?
He was sober. You might have had one beer.
No, that's... Nah, I don't even... That's ludicrous. Like, for that to happen, you have to be a certain type of person. I'm not that type of person. I don't want that at all. Like, all I want to do is work on my craft. I just want to be a better songwriter and I want to get better at putting my stories into music. That's all I want to do. And I want to put my novel out. Like, that's the 2 things I want to do: get better as a singer, get better as a guitar player and a songwriter, and put my novel out. I have absolutely no interest in playing what's Frank Taylor playing nowadays, venue size wise? Like
2000.
Yeah.
He played the Apollo in last November.
That would be lovely.
And against me supporting him.
Against me supporting you, like you're quite big. No, that's never going to happen for a start, and I don't think I'd want that to happen. I mean, Frank, for me, has quite a stressful life. Like, yeah, he gets to do some amazing stuff, but, you know, he has it hard in a lot of ways. And I don't really want that. I like the freedom of being able to just get in my car and go somewhere and play a show, just play in, you know, the bus driver's lounge and just do whatever I want and not get hassled. He's got a lot of people telling him what to do, I think. That for me would be really draining. Plus, you know, for that to happen, you have to have this like mad collision of a million awesome pieces of luck and talent, and I just think that's like a once in a generation thing. Like something like Frank Turner just won't happen again because he was in the right place at the right time, had the right sound, and was the right guy for the job. And I think he's doing that really well. I want to be the right guy for the other end of the spectrum. I'd rather be the guy that picks up the pieces, you know, sweeping up after Frank Turner's fine with me.
You want to be the Towns Van Zandt?
Towns Van Zandt, yeah, he's pretty incredible. If I could be even a quarter of Towns Van Zandt's talent, that'd be fine.
So what you're saying is, fuck off.
No, I'm saying, thank you, Dave. That's just really flattering, but you're completely insane and or wrong. Nah, he's, you know, Dave's great, but he's definitely out of his mind if he thinks that's going to happen.
Alright, that's it. We're done.
Cheers.
Interviewed up.
Thanks for the chat.
Did you enjoy the grilling?
Yeah.